Dr. Eva Ritvo is a psychiatrist practicing on Miami Beach. She received her undergraduate and medical school degrees from UCLA and then attended Cornell for her psychiatric residency. She joined the faculty of University of Miami Miller School of Medicine and rose to the chair of the Department of Psychiatry at Mount Sinai Medical Center on Miami Beach. Dr. Eva Ritvo is the co-author of the Concise Guide to Marriage and Family Therapy and the Beauty Prescription, which is in both English and Chinese. She's frequently seen in print, radio, and TV and has spoken in 9 countries on the science and meaning of beauty. She is currently co-hosting the Dr. Eva radio show, which teaches listeners how to move from fear-based living to create a happier and healthier way of being in the world.
So, why did you decide to write the book?
Dr. Luffman and myself met when we were young ladies in medical school, and we had stayed together throughout our entire careers. And at around age, I don't know, let's say late 40s, having gone through so many of the milestones together, we thought it was very interesting how so many patients were coming to Debbie in California and me in Florida with really the same issues, even though she's the dermatologist and I'm the psychiatrist. But we were both seeing women at milestones: getting married, birth of the first child, divorce, separation, launching kids to college, celebrations. And so we really were fascinated by how the inside and the outside interact. And our idea was that by helping women be better both on the inside and the outside, that would be maximally effective to help women reach their truest potential.
So what is the beauty prescription about?
The beauty prescription is a fresh look at beauty. We know that nowadays we live in a globalized, competitive, very visual world. Kids nowadays are bombarded with images of perfect women. So the beauty prescription is taking that concept of beauty and expanding it so that it can apply to all women, because our notion is that all women are beautiful and all women deserve to feel beautiful. So the beauty prescription shows them how to get there.
Tell me about the beauty brain loop.
The beauty brain loop is our way to help women. It's a concept that we've come up with where we link inner beauty and outer beauty with your health and your environment. Why we like the loop is it gives every woman a chance to be their most beautiful, because a woman can activate that loop at any of the 4 quadrants. So some people are automatically stronger in inner beauty, which is great because they can activate the loop from there. Some people have that shiny outer beauty already. Wonderful. Activate the loop from there. But to really reach your maximum potential, a woman has to have balance amongst those 4 aspects of their life. Let's talk about each aspect of the loop for a moment. Let's start with inner beauty. Inner beauty is really the heart of the matter, because if you don't value yourself and you don't see yourself in a beautiful way, nobody else is going to be seeing you that way. So inner beauty is really about your sense of yourself, your self-esteem, and your sense of worth. We know that we all have strengths and weaknesses, but as we grow older, hopefully we can feel comfortable in the areas where we're strong and work to minimize the areas we're weak. And women have to be kind to themselves. We are natural caretakers, and for many of us it comes very easily to take care of other people in our environment, but sometimes we neglect ourselves. I see a lot of this particularly in young mothers who don't have time to sleep, they don't have time to exercise, they give up on some of their grooming because all their energy is going outward. And that may be wonderful for a period of time, but if you do that for too long, you end up neglecting yourself, and that's going to take a toll on not only you, but everybody that you care about. Think about the airplane. When the airplane goes down, what does the pilot say? He says, put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Why? Because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. So as a natural caretaker, remember, you must take care of yourself. And that will go a long way towards enhancing your sense of your importance in the world and your role. And that creates that positive sense of self-esteem that's really essential for inner beauty. Next, we jump to outer beauty. And outer beauty is where Dr. Luffman is the specialist. And we know that there are certain things that are universally beautiful. 20-year-old, healthy, fit, fertile women, they are beautiful. They don't have to do anything. And there are really not too many clients running into the dermatologist's office during those years. But as women get older, they have to maintain that youthful appearance. And many people do go to the dermatologist to get a nip or a tuck here. Other people might run someplace else, to the hair salon, to the makeup, to making sure all the clothes look good. But it's very important to maintain your appearance on the outside, mainly because it's a reflection of how you feel on the inside. If you're feeling good on the inside and you value yourself, you want people to recognize that. So you want to walk in a room and you want heads to turn. You want to be noticed. And that's the importance of outer beauty. And outer beauty can be very simple things like making sure you drink enough water, using sunscreen to prevent skin damage and aging as we get older, and many, many tricks like that to keep your outer beauty looking its shiny and its best. Then we have health, and health is really at the core of any well-being program. And for me, health is very simple, but unfortunately, we don't do it. So things like getting enough rest, even that's challenging. If you look at studies, everybody's walking around sleep deprived, and that creates not just a loss of beauty, but it sets you up for all kinds of other problems, including car accidents. So something as simple as recognizing, hey, I need 9 hours. Maybe my husband doesn't, or maybe my children don't, but I really need those hours. And honoring and respecting yourself enough to give yourself that sleep, that can go a long way towards creating beauty. Then there's exercise. And that's my major passion, because I feel that to be a beautiful person, you've got to exercise. Our bodies are designed to move around. They're not designed to sit. Even something simple like this, sitting, is damaging to your body. So you have to counteract that. So we need to be exercising every single day, and not for 20 minutes, but probably something more on the line of 60 minutes a day, 6 days a week, maybe longer one day, and a vacation day on the weekend is what our bodies need to maintain our optimal health. And that needs to start in childhood and go all the way through adulthood. You know, they say, when is the best time to plant an oak tree? 20 years ago. When's the second best time? Today. So for those women who are watching who haven't started exercising, number one take-home message, please, get up and move. It could be something very simple like walking. Invest in a good pair of walking shoes and get out there. Start with 10 minutes, 20 minutes. The other thing is, studies have shown that people who exercise in nature actually get even more benefits from the exercise. So exercise is good all the way around. Certainly makes you beautiful on the outside, right? Because your figure is going to be tight, you're going to be in shape, you're pumping your blood around. It's going to help with your inner beauty because you're releasing dopamine, which is for fun. You're releasing those endorphins so things don't hurt you. You're also releasing brain-derived neurotropic factor, which makes you smarter. So really, when you're exercising, you're getting smarter. So all those people who come to me and say, I don't have time to exercise, I've got to work, or I've got to study, they've got it all wrong. You don't have time not to exercise if you really want to be smart. So that's something that all women need to do to be beautiful. Then once you're exercising regularly, you want to put that good fuel into your body. And again, it's simple stuff. No complicated diets here to follow, but try to eat what's best for your body. And for everybody it varies a little bit, but for most of us it's non-processed food, it's balanced with protein, some carbohydrates, fresh food, getting in the market every day, eating every 3 or 4 hours, not letting your blood sugar drop. And really, when it comes to diet, it's the things we have to stay away from, because our world is filled with things we shouldn't be eating. We've got candy every place, we've got soda every place. These do absolutely nothing to promote health. So if you can make simple changes like eating fresh fruit and vegetables and staying away from garbage, you have done a great service to your body to make you more beautiful inside and outside. The other thing with health is stress is a real beauty sapper. Did you know that women's bodies handle stress much less well than men's bodies? Therefore, men can go out and they can play football, they can go to happy hour, they can drink on Saturday night, and it doesn't really harm them as much as it harms women. We are the more delicate species. We are the natural caretakers. We must take care of our body. By that I mean we must avoid toxins. We must avoid harsh noises, loud, crazy places, putting poisons like alcohol, cigarettes, marijuana, cocaine. These are going to wreak havoc on our body. And other stresses are beauty sappers, even simple stressors like coping with traffic every day. When we have to be in these situations, try to do something when you get done to decrease your amount of stress. And there's so many things that women can do to decrease stress. The list is endless, and it really depends what you like. But get a list of things that work for you and go back to that list whenever you're feeling like you've had too much stress. So it could be something simple like having a cup of coffee with a girlfriend. Women need to bond with each other. Remember, our bodies are designed to be close to one another, to be with other women, to support each other. Oxytocin, that love chemical that's secreted when we're nursing, when we're physically close, massage, touch, psychologically close, when we're making love, that counteracts cortisol, and that helps our body be more beautiful and promotes longevity. And there's so many things that women can do to reduce stress. You can take a bath, you can listen to music, you can walk in nature, you can see something green, you can go on Facebook. That's a wonderful way to feel connected, and it releases dopamine in the brain. That's why everybody, Facebook spread like wildfire, because our brain doesn't know that those people really aren't next to us and they're really not going to support us. But our brain thinks, wow, this is great. And that makes people happy. So anything that you can do to make yourself feel happy is decreasing stress and promoting health. So that's the health piece. And then comes environment, and environment is your reward. And when you make yourself into a beautiful person, then you can manifest that on the outside, and then you can create more beauty in the world. And that can take any form that a woman wants. Again, the beauty prescription is not cookbook, it's broad. It's up to each woman to paint that painting, make that movie the way she wants to make it. So for some people, it's finding a loving, nurturing relationship. For others, it's becoming a mother. For others, it's taking care of an elderly parent. It might be increasing your productivity in the workplace. It might be creating a beautiful home, a beautiful environment. It doesn't matter. What matters is once you feel good on the inside, and once you've got your health in balance, then you can go out into the world in a very positive fashion and create that beauty in the world around you. And ultimately, that's what the beauty prescription is about. It's about finding that inner strength, that inner peace, that quiet, so that you can go out into the world, be productive, not be set off by all the stressors and strains and difficult relationships and temptations that are out there, but to hold your head high with grace, with poise, with confidence, and create more beauty in the world around us.
How does a woman increase her inner beauty, her outer beauty, and her health?
Let's talk about some quick tips from the beauty prescription. We're going to start with inner beauty because I always do. So for inner beauty, the best thing you can do is give yourself a faith lift. And what that is increase your confidence in yourself and in your beauty. We start by telling women they're 20% more beautiful than they think. So the next time you look in the mirror and you're being critical of yourself, say, catch yourself and say, you know what? I am beautiful, and focus on the parts of yourself that are beautiful. Hey, I really like my hair, or my eyes look great. Don't focus on the negatives. We know we all have those, but flip it around, because if you have that confidence that you look beautiful, other people are going to agree with you, because mirror neurons in the brain are going to flash. When you think you're beautiful, the next person can't help but think you're beautiful. So if you want to be beautiful, think it, and other people will too. Now, outer beauty. That's an interesting one. We all know outer beauty when we see it. But what we want you to do is we want you to expand your concept of outer beauty. So we call that innate versus evolving beauty. So innately, we all know that Miss World is beautiful. We know that Angelina Jolie is beautiful. There's no challenge there. What is challenging, though, is to expand your view of beauty. Think of yourself as an art aficionado. So instead of just wandering through the museums and looking for the Renoir, the Matisse that everybody loves, you want to develop your eye, and you want to be able to see beauty in everything that's in the museum. So do a park bench experiment. Go sit on a park bench, give yourself plenty of time, and look at every passerby and challenge yourself to find something beautiful in each one of those. And as you go through your day, if you tend towards some stress or anxiety, pop yourself out of it and look for the beauty around you. Nature is so important to all of us, and sometimes we overlook what's right in front of us. So look at the sky, look at the clouds. Miami, we're blessed. We can look at the water. If you're somewhere else, look at the mountains, look at green, but find beauty wherever you are. And then that will help you feel more beautiful inside, and it will help you see more beauty in the world. Health, of course, is vitally important. Again, we're back to the basics. You've got to sleep enough. You've got to put good food in your body. You've got to stay away from stressors, and you've got to exercise every day. It's so simple, yet how many people actually do that properly every day? So again, we're not about perfection. I'm not telling you I'm giving up chocolate cake or ice cream, but I am telling you I try to make good choices most of the time, and I feel like it's really paying off. So if you have a choice between, you know, a hamburger with cheese and French fries, and you have a choice on the other side with salmon and spinach, try to think it all the way through, which one is going to get you where you really want to go, and try to shift from the choices that aren't so health promoting to the ones that are more health promoting. And you'll find that over time it becomes easier and easier. So our last quadrant is environment. And for environment, this is where the bells are going to start ringing, and you want to start having fun, and you want to create a beautiful environment. This can be anything you want. So for one woman, it might be allowing yourself to become the painter that you wanted to be. For another woman, expressing herself through photography. For another woman, taking that brave step and going on online dating. For another woman, having her husband have lunch with her in the middle of the day when they never got to do that before. So you can express yourself in a million ways for environment. So I don't want to tell you what to do here other than be creative, take risks, do new things, and when things are rewarding, do them again. And if they're not rewarding, that's okay too. You're not going to succeed every time perfectly. It's fine to take chances and have it not work out. But go ahead and take those chances, try new things, do different things, and express yourself, and allow yourself to be playful, joyful, and find that inner child, nurture that inner child, and that will help you to create that beautiful environment. So we've got inner beauty, outer beauty, health, and environment. Every day, do your best to attend to all of those in a positive direction.
Tell me about the beauty buddies.
Beauty buddies is a very important concept. Do you know that in the United States right now, more people are single than married? This is the first time we've had that statistic in many, many, many years. And what that means is that traditional sense of family we can't count on because most women are single. So right now, women need to come together and nurture and support each other in ways that are vitally important. Women helping women is what it's all about. We shouldn't succumb to that male competitive, you know, I've got, you don't, I'm bigger than you are, sports team mentality. No, women are nurturers. We have to help one another. So the concept with a beauty buddy is finding a woman, and it can be certainly more than one woman, but finding a woman or women who support your sense of being a beautiful person and doing beautiful things in the world. And that helps you release that chemical we talked about earlier, oxytocin, which counteracts cortisol, which makes you feel safe, secure, and helps empower women. So please, women, reach out, find that special person. It could be your mother, it could be your sister, it could be your daughter, it could be your neighbor, it could be somebody you haven't met yet. But make sure that you make time for that important woman in your life and nurture each other inside and out. When we interviewed women for the beauty prescription, we found that women do all kinds of interesting things together. Some women up in Broward rented a limousine together and came down to Miami Beach to do their colonoscopies. And what a great way to support one another health-wise, and of course self-esteem, knowing that you're taking care of yourself. And I'm sure they had plenty of laughs and giggles on their limo ride down. Dr. Luffman and myself, we go for manicures together. Christina and I, we sit and we talk about philosophy together and how do we want to change the world. Dr. Scheinman had me in stitches before this interview, telling me that she had Fraxel and she couldn't drive, and I had to keep her alive while she was driving. So beauty buddies can take any form. What's important is that you nurture these relationships, that you find time for these relationships, and hopefully some of them you can sustain through the years, because like everything, over time, things can grow and blossom into things that are even more and more beautiful.
How can women help themselves to be more beautiful inside and out?
The first step in becoming more beautiful inside and out is to make that a priority. And hopefully by watching today, you've bumped that up on your list. Women have to take care of themselves. Nobody else is going to do it for us. So making yourself a priority, thinking about all those different ways to activate that beauty brain loop in a positive way. And then knowing how important mental attitude is, and knowing that if you want to create a life filled with beauty, with hope, with optimism, with gratitude, these are things that oftentimes need to be practiced. We know from studies of neuroplasticity that brains can change, and even in adulthood, they can change. You can teach an old dog a new trick. The thing is, it's not that easy. Studies have shown that if you want to teach an old dog a new trick, you need a lot of repetition. So think about when you were young, you might have wanted to play tennis or pick up a musical instrument, and boom, it was like that, natural. Nowadays, if you want to create change, it's repetition, repetition, repetition. So if you feel like you've been living in a space that's filled with negativity, that hasn't been beautiful, you want to create a life filled with hope, with optimism, with beauty, with good relationships, with gratitude, all those wonderful things, got to be a priority, and it's got to be something that you work on constantly. It will get easier and easier, but at the beginning it's a lot of repetition. So reading books, writing, journaling, dog-earing, going back and forth, putting up posters, putting up stick-up notes. I now have my cell phone texting me inspirational messages at 10 o'clock every day. The ways to help yourself are limitless. See a therapist, talk to a friend, take up a new hobby, but recognize that change doesn't always come easily, and you're really going to have to practice if you want to shift from where you've been to leading a life that's filled with love, filled with hope, filled with optimism. I'd like to close by expressing some gratitude. I understand that everyone has lots of different things they could be doing at any moment of the day, and I truly appreciate that you took the time for us to be together and listen. And as a healer and a physician, I do hope that you've learned something. I certainly know that every time I go through this material, I learn something, and I'm getting closer and closer to where I want to be. It's always a work in progress. Change is hard, but I appreciate that all women, we're in this together. We are beautiful. We need to help one another, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today.
Thank you for watching Dr. Eva Ritvo's video. For more information, contact her at her email.